Hey, a few weeks or a few months ago, you guys did an experiment, but you never bothered to tell us what what happened when Gary was crapping out vitamins in the bowl. You guys were eating them or putting them in water. Whatever happened with that?
All right, I'll give you the quick update on that. I happen to know. As you know, our producer, Fo High, was having trouble with his vitamin. He would look, he studies his bowel movements. It's amazing. I've never seen a guy like this. I mean,
This is why we can't get any work out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you the truth. Every time I go, I do look in the bowl. Do you? Be
People
honest.
look, but
I look. I always check to see what happened. I did that yesterday. And I'm so proud when the bowl is full.
Oh, you're disgusting.
Because I feel like I've like emptied myself. Are you proud when the bowl is full? I love the bigger the better.
You feel like you're living your life to the fullest.
Right.
I have never.
The more you process, the more.
I think I feel good when everything is just out of
like
me.
a plant putting out more production.
Yeah, and there's nothing clinging.
How about when you work really hard and then you look and there's like nothing.
There's nothing, and you're like, where'd it go? I'll tell you, yesterday I had such a good day. I couldn't even flush the bowl. I had to flush 2 or 3 times.
Oh, no. One
of
those.
You got to plunge it down.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's wrong with that toilet. Because it was everything was so piled up.
Yeah.
So, Baba Booey tells me he's checking. You check, though, right, Robin?
You check. You
Right.
don't analyze, weigh.
Tell me why you're checking. You're pretty honest.
Because, that's part of your health there. You need to know what that looks like.
It's curiosity.
No. I'm telling you, for me, it's a health check. I don't know what
Really?
you're
Yeah, that's
doing.
What do you mean?
nurse
What are you looking for? Blood?
Kathy Lee's baby.
Kathy Lee's baby. Now, what are you looking for? I don't know exactly.
Color, consistency, you know, you just want to make sure everything stays, because if that changes, you might have a problem.
I never looked at it for health. I look at it just to see what I created.
Yeah.
No.
You're just not curious to see what's going on?
It's
What is this,
you
stuttering
in
John?
that bowl.
Gary's on the phone?
Baba Booey?
Yeah.
What does he want?
Is there a problem?
What is it, Baba Booey?
Well, no, I have the update on the answer to that question.
Oh, about your
I'm not
vitamin?
even sure you know the answer.
Right. Go ahead.
Okay, so I called the company, and I spoke to the president, and I actually, like an idiot, explained it to him.
All right. What Gary's problem was that he would take his multivitamin, and the vitamin would show up in his movements whole.
It's actually vitamin C.
Yeah.
1,500 milligrams time release.
Right. It might be the time release that's messing up.
With bioflavonoids.
It's not releasing on time for you.
No, it wasn't releasing at all.
So what did the guy say?
Well, the guy claimed he never heard of anything like it in his life, but he said that he would give me other vitamins, would replace the ones I bought, and he checked the lot number, and he gave me a different lot number, and it's still happening.
Wow.
But what happened when we put the vitamin in the water? Did it ever dissolve?
Nothing.
Wow.
I can't believe, though, that you're still taking the same vitamin.
Well, I stopped taking it. I'm going to buy a different brand.
Maybe you got to get the powder.
That's what I was thinking.
With those vitamins, you might as well swallow the bottle.
In fact, the truth is, I started taking them again after I got the new lot. I didn't even think twice about it. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
And then one day, it was, you couldn't miss it.
You know what I can't believe? I can't believe that you checked that closely.
I didn't, Howard. They were two distinct colors.
Yeah, but I mean,
the color of the vitamin and the other color. It was just really obvious.
Where is it?
It's like sticking. It's like.
I don't even want to know.
You would think like
it's weird. It's sort of like a piece of corn, except twice the size.
Right. I don't know that I'd look that close.
I wasn't.
Well, let me ask him. Do you get off the bowl and look?
I take a knife.
Yes.
Because I don't get off the bowl. I just kind of spread my legs and look between them.
No. I get up and turn around. I actually face the bowl.
Before you wipe or after?
Eureka.
Eureka.
There it is.
Look, there's something new here.
Wow.
It's upside down.
Hold the phone.
Let me go get my video camera.
Vitamin Company, I'm looking at it right now.
Maybe you have no stomach juices to break up the vitamins.
Well,
maybe you're using them all up, licking your lips.
No, but I take a multivitamin, and I also take.
Why are you taking so many vitamins?
What's the other one? Chromium picolinate I take.
I don't take any. Oh, that's the one that makes you younger?
No, that's the one that supposedly
reduces your fat.
Oh, that's really working.
Squash my craving for sugar. You can see how well that works.
Yeah. You better take a double dose of that. I think that's caught your duty,
I was
too.
going to say, that's not dissolving either.
Yeah.
It's a much smaller vitamin, so who knows what's going on with
Look
that
at
one.
your ass. You get a refund. Bring it down to the president of the company. How's my book going? Has it been shipped out yet?
No, actually it hasn't. It's going out at like 10 o'clock.
Gary's actually at the HarperCollins building supervising all the graphics that go into my book because...
Along with lots of other people.
Yeah, I know that. We all know that. We know you're not the only
Don't
one.
call back if you have to keep
Come
saying
on.
that.
Courier's here. Oh, the courier's here.
Oh,
Oh, it's going.
is it going?
Are you, hold on. Are
The
you
book is
you're
going to the
taking
printer.
book? You're not taking the book. You are? You're flying down?
Let me speak to her.
You know who it is? It's Jennifer.
Oh, let me speak to
Yeah,
Jennifer.
hold on. Howard wants to talk to you for a second.
Howard?
Jennifer,
Yes, this is your courier speaking.
are you holding the book in your hands?
I'm holding a book, not the book. It is about to be handed off to me.
And then you will take it on the plane to the printer and it will begin the printing process?
Yes.
Thank God. Were you up all night too?
No, but
Now, you don't have any health problems, do you?
not that I know of. Not yet.
What are you
anyway.
asking about health problems?
Because what if she dies on the plane?
Oh,
She's
thanks,
holding
Howard.
the book. Well, I got to worry about stuff like
Maybe
that.
they should send 2 people just in case.
All I know is, man, they tell me, you better finish proofreading your book by 9 o'clock. It's going out. And I was like, gee, don't you think it's kind of important that I proofread it, make sure you got everything right? I mean,
I think that's pretty important. But
does Judith yell at everyone or just me?
pardon me?
Does she yell at everyone or just me?
I don't think it's just you.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, Howard, I got a plane to catch.
All right,
so.
listen, God bless you, salam aleichem, and may God be with you.
You too.
And do your vitamins dissolve?
Oh yes.
All right,
I
very
take my
good. All
vitamins.
right, put that idiot on the phone. Thank you.
Hey, Wolf.
Hey. Job well done.
All
I
right,
hope.
So your book is on to its next level.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye, Wolf.
Right.
It's off.
Oh, boy, I'm glad that nightmare's over.
Yeah, you can't do anything with it now.
Oh, this book is so jam-packed. You're not going to read it in one sitting. Like, you're just going to hang with the book. It's like, it's designed so that, like, you read a little, and you hang out, you can do a little of this, a little of that. There's tests, there's quizzes, there's pictures, there's cartoons, there's everything. I've outdone myself. Writing a book is a lot like going to the bathroom. You have to look at it after you're finished. That's what they don't understand.
Check it.
You have to check it. Make sure there's no vitamins. What is it?
Well, I now have to qualify every phone caller I put through as I think that this lady is real.
Yeah.
But she's got a Jamaican accent. She's pretty angry. She called once before. She's angry about what you're saying. And then I asked her, you know, she's talking about Farrakhan has some good ideas. And I said, well, do you think Jews are bloodsuckers? And she had an answer.
Hi, ma'am.
Yes.
Now, what
Howard.
yes.
I mean, this is. I'm not from Jamaica. Gary's wrong.
Where are you from,
I'm
Guyana?
Fadima. I'm not a genius. I'm just too intelligent.
Honey, can you lower your radio?
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Thank you. Well, we'll find out in a minute. That radio ain't going down, I have a feeling.
Well, she doesn't want to miss any of her brilliant words.
Freddie's already loading in the Fa-Fa-Fooey carts in case I'm wrong. I just heard him click in.
Hello?
Yes.
Ma'am, now, you're very intelligent, I'll admit.
Listen.
But I asked you to lower the radio, and you did nothing.
I did. I
No.
just did. I'm in the other room. I'm not even where the radio is.
Let me hear. Wait. Shh. It's on. I'm listening. I'm listening to it right now.
You are? You can hear it. Okay, sorry. Hold on 1 second.
Go ahead. She will not lower that radio. She
She'll
wants.
lose all her anger
Yeah.
by the time she gets the radio fixed.
This is the most exercise she's gotten. Listen to her. Maybe I should say the word off. You got to turn off your radio.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe she's taking me literally. Would it have helped if I had said
Hello?
hi? Would it have helped if I had said turn off the radio?
I turned it off. Come on. Don't play with
All
my
right,
intelligence.
let me hear.
Oh, Howard, come on. Stop playing.
All right, now it is
You
off.
like to put people down. People try to. I mean, you're not fair. That's not right.
What is it you want to say?
Listen
Get
to
to
me.
it,
Let me tell
dopey.
you denouncing the Farrakhan man. Whether you say it or not, whether you say anything or not. There are people already on their way there. White America, listen to me. Let me tell you, right?
What country are you from?
Let me tell you, Howard, listen. Let me tell you something first.
All right, I'm going to be
It don't matter
quiet.
what country I'm from. I'm a black woman.
Yeah.
Okay? It doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. That's one thing you're doing now. That's racist. Where are you from? Why do you want to know?
I want to know.
This
You
is a
haven't-
human being talking to you.
I can't ask a woman with an accent where she's
It
from?
don't matter. It don't matter. You
It
have an
matters to
accent
me.
too, Howard.
It matters to me.
It doesn't matter.
I don't have an
It
accent.
doesn't matter. You just denouncing whatever people do. And
I speak proper English.
Saying to Gary, like I was saying to Gary, that was a great idea. The man is great. He brought up an idea for people, black men, to stand up. It's about time.
For
they stand
$10
up
a
and
head.
say, listen, what?
For $10 a head.
It don't matter.
Oh,
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. Black people have to stick together. Black men have to take care of their family and try to control themselves. What's wrong with them going there and saying what they feel, what's on their mind?
I'll
There's
tell you what's
nothing wrong
wrong.
about it. They should have done this long,
I
long
couldn't
years ago.
care if a
But
guy goes
it's
down to
better late
Washington
than
every
never.
day.
It's
I don't
better
care where he
late than
goes.
Never, Howard.
Oh,
It's
shut
better
up.
And you
So
promote
stupid.
the KKK
So
all the
ignorant.
time.
So ignorant.
Let me tell you, you're
So
the ignorant
ignorant.
one. You're
Ignorant.
the stupid one because you're very irresponsible. That's very
You are
irresponsible.
so dumb. Listen
Let
to
me tell you
yourself.
something,
You can't even
Howard.
talk intelligently. You have to yell.
Listen to me. Let me tell you something.
Why are you yelling?
I'm not yelling because you want to talk over me, and I won't let
I
you.
was letting you
I
talk.
won't let you. I won't let you walk all over me.
I let you
You're
talk.
standing on
All you
behind
do
that
is
mic.
yell.
Nothing you do. What do you do?
You're so
What
dumb.
do you do? You just do irresponsible things, and that's all you do.
You
What do you
fool.
do? I mean, if you were a black man, you should have been off that show
Be
long time
ashamed of
ago
yourself.
because you have the Jews and everybody behind you.
Oh.
They're saying,
Leave the country. Get out of the country, please. Get out. Get out. Get out of this country.
It doesn't matter.
Go
It
back to
doesn't
where you
matter.
live.
It's a free for
Go
all.
back.
It's a free for all country.
Where is your man? In
It's
Washington?
a free
Is your
for all
man in
country.
Washington?
Let me tell you
You
something.
filthy piece of
If
garbage.
the people were if they were all together, listen, Howard, let me tell you.
Why don't you go to Washington and find a man? You couldn't even get a man, you with that mouthpiece of yours. No wonder all the black men are leaving. They can't stand to be with these women.
Don't be
Listen
a
to her.
bully. Don't be
I
a
bet you're a
bully.
pig.
Howard, don't be a bully. Let's have a conversation.
What do you
Let me
look
tell
like?
you something.
What do you look
Let
like?
me tell it doesn't matter.
I bet you don't have a husband.
I do. And listen to
And
me.
where
Let
is
me
he, in
tell you-
Washington,
let me
to get
tell
away from
something.
you, you
It
yenta?
doesn't matter. I'm a black woman.
Oh, we know that already. You're a black woman.
Nobody wants no
There isn't a
guns,
person on this
no
planet
guns.
doesn't know you're a black
Leave
woman.
me alone, Howard. Now you're taking it
Go
off. I will
boil
tell
a
you
pot of
what
water and
to
shrink
do.
your own head
Say.
so your brain will fit
Give me
better.
a chance to say. Let me tell you, you promote the KKK all the time. When OJ was acquitted, listen to me. Your great ancestors, they made the system, okay, for a black man to sleep in it. Every time you all said the system was great, or because it worked in your favor. Now OJ has slide. They went right over
You're a
your head
bushwoman
and left. And now
from
you're
Africa.
upset.
Go
White
back to
America.
Africa.
It don't matter. I'm a black woman.
Go to Africa.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't matter because they went back home. Have they ever said anything about slavery here? Have they talked about slavery? Oh, well, it's not all. It's a fact. You know it.
What country
You
in
know
Africa
it.
are you
It
from?
doesn't matter.
What country are you?
I don't have to tell you. I'm a person talking to you.
Did you ever
I'm a
step in
woman.
tiger duty?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Did you ever have a
And
zebra kick you in the head?
I can say shame on you too because
You look
sometimes
like
you
Esther
let
Roll.
people get out of
You ever see
hand
that
and
show
you don't
Good
say
Times?
nothing. You don't
She looks
sit
like
there and-
Florida from
What
Good
are
Times.
you,
What does
jealous?
that mean, Howard?
She looks like
Jealous?
Florida from
It
Good
don't
Times.
matter.
What's wrong with that?
Let me
You know
tell
what's wrong with that.
Howard, I'm a black woman.
You are from
I'm
Africa.
a black woman with meat on my body. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I bet you got plenty of meat
on. For my man, I'm not gonna be skinny like your white girl. I'm not gonna be skinny. I'm sexy. And black men love meat on women. They like to chew the meat, not the bones. Okay. So don't be telling
right.
people.
Very
I'm
good. Thank you for the
fat
call. You made a
You're
lot
not
of.
gonna put me
You
down.
showed off a lot of
You
intelligence.
are not going to put me down. It doesn't matter how I look.
How many
It doesn't
children do you
matter.
have?
It's the heart because
How many children do you have?
I have a child. I have one daughter.
And where is
Let
your
me
husband?
Tell you something.
Where is your husband?
He's right now on his way to Washington.
All
Let
right,
me
good.
tell you
That's
that.
where he should
That's
be.
why if black men were together, if they were together, everybody.
You'll
America
never see
would
him
be-
again.
Let me tell you, America would
I'm I'm so glad your husband is out of town. Now I can go jog in Central Park.
Howard, listen.
that.
Listen.
What?
America should have come to a standstill today if all the black men...
Oh, be quiet. No, people who work don't pay attention to nonsense. Only people who are unproductive go. Oh, you're so silly.
She called you. She keeps saying, leave me alone.
Leave me alone. She calls me. She says, leave me alone.
No, because yes, I call you because you try to be
you're
a bully.
dopey.
You try
You're
to
a
be
bully.
a bully.
You're a bully.
You try to be a bully,
You're
and that's not
woolly
fair.
bully.
That's not fair. And I've been wanting to tell you this all the time because sometimes I get so sick of you. It's like going through the radio and getting you from there. What do you mean? It's from there, Howard. Sometimes you're not responsible. That's not fair. That's not fair. You play every day. You play the KKK message. Why don't you play Farrakhan's message? You say you don't support the KKK. You say you don't support the KKK, right?
That's
you don't.
right.
You don't like what they're doing.
That's
but
right.
every time you play it, and when OJ was acquitted, you started playing the messages. Yeah, right. The system. We believe in the
Yes,
system.
that's
It
right. I'm
does
against
work.
you. I'm only against you. I'm all for people
The
except
system-
you.
The system works, right? OJ went by it through.
Keep laughing it up, honey.
And now you're
Affirmative
upset.
action and welfare are
Now
going
you're
goodbye.
upset. Now
That's
you're
it.
upset.
We'll see who has the last laugh.
I don't depend on welfare.
Yes, you
I
do.
don't
You're on
depend
welfare.
And I go to school.
Yeah,
It doesn't
sure.
matter.
Who pays for that?
I don't collect welfare.
You collect plenty.
I don't collect welfare.
Then go back to Africa.
No, I don't collect welfare. Let me tell you.
What
I don't
country are
collect
you from in
welfare.
Africa?
It doesn't matter.
What country are you from?
It doesn't matter. I've called you before.
Are
It
you from the
doesn't matter.
bush? Are you from the bush?
It doesn't matter.
You're
Let's don't
bush
go
woman.
over there. Let's
You're
don't
a
go
bush
there.
woman.
Let's don't go that
You know
way.
what? I love a bush woman comes to
Let's
this
don't
country,
go that way.
and now she got a big trap on her. And she's got everything figured out. She grew up
Howard.
among zebra and tiger,
Howard.
and now she kind of figured out the whole
Yes,
American
because
society.
That's the mentality you put on black
Nobody
people.
brought you over
That's
here
the
on a
black
slave ship.
That's the mentality you play with the black
Our
people.
blacks hate you.
You show them that
They hate
Africa
the
is good
Africans.
and hate and, Howard. Why
Our
don't you be
blacks
responsible
could
and
kick
grow?
your ass.
Oh, Big Bird. Just be
Yeah,
quiet.
Big Bird, nothing.
Big Bird.
Yeah, you're a big
Just
bird.
be quiet.
And you eat
Quiet.
big birds.
Big bully.
You're going to
Big
eat it.
bird.
You're going to eat a
When
bird.
you don't go your way, you start going, yeah, 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 yeah.
That's right.
Yes, like
Couldn't
Master
take it, huh?
Clark, right? Like
Somebody want the
Master.
welfare cheese
Like
train.
Master. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You can feed free cheese.
Oh, go
Free
back.
cheese.
Anyway, I gotta go to school. I have to take
Yeah,
I have to
school.
go
What
to
is that,
school.
beauty
Right.
school? You'll get a flunk.
It doesn't matter, Howard. It doesn't matter. I'm making the effort. Try and fail. It's no different.
What are you going to go to school for?
Try and fail.
You're
It's
not
no
going to get a job. You're going to
It
sit there and
doesn't
eat
matter.
welfare cheese.
It doesn't matter.
I know
have
you.
something I
You're a
can go
bush
back
woman.
to. You want me to go on the welfare system?
Yes.
You want me to be there? That's your aim.
Yeah.
But
Where's
no,
your
I'm
husband
too
today? He should be
intelligent
supporting
for that.
you.
I'm too smart. I'm too intelligent for that.
I bet your whole
No,
class laughs
I'm
at you in
not gonna
school.
let nobody hold me down. I'm not
I
gonna make
bet your
nothing
whole
hold me
class
down, Howard.
laughs at you in
I'm not
school.
gonna make nothing hold me down in this world. Whatever.
Can
I
you
wanna do,
imagine
I
the
do.
school that accepted her?
Okay.
Can you
So
imagine?
just be quiet.
That must be some
Such a
school.
Bully, Big Bird.
What school do you go to?
It doesn't
matter because
if even I go to whatever school.
all your schools laugh at you. All the fellow students must go, look who they let into this school. We're going to leave.
It doesn't matter, Howard.
You couldn't pass a test. You couldn't even add 2 and 2.
Howard, it doesn't
You
matter.
big dummy.
It doesn't matter.
You know,
Whatever
this is a woman.
say,
She
I know
goes
it
to
just
school,
comes- it's
and
just
all the
a
other
word.
students are trying to sit there and learn, and she probably opens that big mouth with all the dopey
It doesn't matter,
conversation.
Howard, I'm telling you.
And then
I
she
know,
sits
I know.
there,
I'm not
And everyone
stupid.
says,
I'm not-
this must be the worst school in the country.
It doesn't matter, Howard. You can put anything. You can say, put it
She
down.
steps out of the
That
bush.
don't bother me.
She comes
That don't
over.
bother
Why don't
me.
you go back to the bush?
That don't bother me. It doesn't bother me because I know you. You try to
What is
hold
she going
people
to school
back.
for, I
You
wonder?
try
She
to
wouldn't
put
tell you.
people
She'll say,
back.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's what I said.
What are you going to school
That's
for?
what I said. I'm
What-
going to school to be a nurse, and I maybe
A
I
nurse.
want to take care of you one day.
Can you imagine? This is
Big
what's a
bird.
nurse. This is
Why you-
Florence Nightingale.
It doesn't matter. I'm
You
not
couldn't
learning.
pass a science class.
Howard, I'm intelligent enough to learn.
You're Florence
You don't-
Nightingale.
Let me tell you something. You know how stupid you are. You don't even measure intelligence.
I'm so
You don't even
stupid.
measure
I'm not going to
intelligence.
nursing school, am I?
Everybody has a way she's intelligent one way or another.
Can I ask you an intelligent question?
Everybody has experience in
See, she
different
won't talk
things.
intelligently.
You might be
Just
intelligent
yells.
in one part. I
Imagine,
might
that's
be
why her
in another.
husband's in
So you
Washington.
don't even measure
He would go to
Howard.
he would
You
go
don't
anywhere
do
to
it.
get away from this.
Oh, just be quiet, Big Bird.
By the way, your husband just called me. He could still hear you.
Bully and cater to your white American.
Her husband's
Right.
in Washington. He says, "Honey, can you quiet down? I can hear you in Washington."
It doesn't matter. I want them to hear me in Washington because I speak.
Yell out your window. Why do you bother me?
I'm behind them. It's
Are you
about
staying
time
home
they
today?
stand up, stand
Why
up
are you
and
going to school today if you stand behind them?
I'm going to go there.
Oh, you're going to go
I'm
there.
going to go to school. I won't go to Washington because men are the head of families. Men have to speak out
I
for their
thought
children.
that you were going to support them by staying home. She won't even listen. She won't listen.
You can't talk.
I can't talk to you.
Yes, you can't talk to me because I
I
will
said
let you.
Farrakhan says that you women should stay home
Yes.
today and not go to school.
No, he didn't say that.
That's what he said.
He didn't say women should stay home and not go to school. I'm going for an education to better my life.
In fact,
get
you're supposed
out
to
of the
keep your
job.
daughter out of school.
You're supposed to
Get
keep.
out of the door. I'm going to go there. I'm going to
Where
go
is your
learn
daughter?
Something.
Where is your?
Instead of
Why did
telling-
stop yelling?
What?
Where is your daughter? She's supposed to stay home from school today.
She's sleeping. I'm going to take her to school.
Oh,
What
you're
do
gonna
you
take
want?
her to school?
I'm going to take her to school because I have to go to school.
And
I'll
let me
take
ask
her
you.
to
Can I
daycare.
ask you an intelligent
My daughter
question?
my daughter is only 3.5.
Can I ask you an intelligent question?
Yes, darling. Go
All
ahead.
right. All right. As a woman who came over to this country,
Yes.
okay, when you sit down and eat dinner,
Mm-hmm.
do you have to remove the plates from your lips?
It's not
I
even.
thought
It's
that
not.
was
I don't even. I'm not going to dignify that. with
What?
an
You're from
answer.
Africa, aren't
I'm
you?
not going to. That shows.
You
how
are from the
stupid you
deep bush, are
I'm
you
gonna
not? Do you not eat
dignify
with
that with an
plates in
answer.
your lips?
I would let you go with that one. You go with that one, and you can have that. You can have that. I'm not going to dignify
All right.
that.
Let me ask you an
I'm
intelligent
not going to
question.
encourage that. I'm
Does
not
your
gonna
daughter
encourage
sleep
that.
with earplugs? How can she sleep through your tirades? I bet your husband
Howard,
is with a white woman right now in bed
it
in
doesn't-
Washington. With she's probably got a big fat white ass,
White slum, white trash. I
white
don't
trash.
care. Let me tell you, I don't put a collar to people. I see people.
No.
Everybody is.
I bet
fair.
you do.
But when
You're a very
somebody
clear
wants
thinker.
To take advantage, then I don't like it. That's not fair.
I don't support
That's
racism
not
of
fair.
any
Yes,
kind.
you do.
You wouldn't catch me at a
Yes, you do.
Farrakhan rally.
Yes, you do. The things. you
No,
say
I don't,
sometimes.
honey. You don't
have
listen.
the- you
You're
have
too
the
stupid to
stereotype.
listen. You're
Howard,
from the bush.
You have the stereo.
You should be praying to a rock
Yes.
and building fires with twigs.
It don't matter.
That's what
Let
you
me
should
tell
do.
You, when you yell, they hear you better.
Florence
That's what you-
Nightmare.
like I say, and it goes down in your ear. When
Can you imagine this is a
they
nurse?
Hear you better. What's your
She'd probably
problem?
flunk in every class.
Howard, it doesn't matter.
When do you graduate?
It doesn't. I just started.
Oh, that'll be a 30-year college
It
course.
doesn't matter, Howard.
It
doesn't
matters to
matter.
me.
The rest is not for the fast.
If I saw you in Africa, I'd rather have sex with an elephant.
I'm
stop
32
that.
years. Howard, listen to me. Listen to me.
How did you get here? Did you get here on a big silver bird?
Yes, I did.
On a big silver bird?
Yes, I did.
'Cause
And I
that's what they
paid
call an
$1,000
airplane in the bush.
$1,000.
Look, big silver bird.
$1,000 too.
Big
to come
silver
to the-
bird up in the
big
sky.
Silver bird to fly in there. So what's your problem?
You ever see a rhinoceros?
It doesn't matter.
Have you ever seen a
I'm not going to
rhinoceros?
entertain that question today.
Why?
We're not gonna go
I'm
that
asking
way
you,
today.
have you ever seen a rhinoceros?
We are not going to go.
Have you ever
that
seen an elephant
way
roaming
today.
free?
No, I'm not going to encourage that.
Do you live in...
I called to talk about Farrakhan. Any more
Did you ever
questions?
wear a
I
grass
gotta go.
skirt with no top?
It doesn't matter.
Have you ever seen Tarzan?
It doesn't matter, Howard. Whatever you say, I'm not going to entertain that.
Did a
today.
crocodile ever bite your breast?
Big Bird, don't be a bully. Let's talk about the matters at hand.
I can't talk with you. I have to ask you
I
nonsense.
don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
What, about the
What's wrong with
jungle? You
It
did
doesn't
grow up in the
matter.
jungle.
The last time we went there already. I don't want to go there again today.
What country are you from?
I'm from Freetown, Sierra Leone. What's your
Fritos? The
problem?
Fritos
You
Banditos?
don't even know. Sierra Leone means Lion Mountain. It was discovered by Pedro de Sintra.
What did she
of
just say?
Portuguese
She's
Sierra.
from
You don't
Sierra
even know
Leone.
your geography.
Sierra Leone?
And it was, it means Lion Mountain.
Oh, she's from Lion Mountain. Now we're getting into it.
Right on. Anyway, let me
And
go.
it
I
was
gotta go.
discovered by somebody. I couldn't catch that. part.
Pedro de Sintra.
You ever eat a monkey's brain?
Howard, I have to go, okay?
No,
I'll
you
call
don't have to
some
go
other
anywhere.
day.
You have
I'll
to
call
stay
you
home.
some other day and get
You're supposed to stay home for the Million Man March.
No,
All the women
no,
are supposed to be
that's the
huddled up
man.
in their homes.
No, the men.
You're supposed
I
to be-
support them. I know their cause. I'm behind.
What is the cause? Tell me the cause.
They're going there because they have to stand up
For what?
Stand up for whatever going on in the society. They need change.
Stand up for whatever's in the society.
They need to recruit this black
And when
man
they
to
come
stay-
home, what will they do?
Yeah,
Well-
what are they going to do? How different are they going to be when
Well,
they come
they're
home?
gonna. Let me tell you something. Let me say something.
Yeah.
If Martin Luther King had not stood up for whatever he believed in, and black people would have been at the back of the buses today. This is another change that people are going to, they're trying to make change. They're trying to bring
I'm going to
change
tell you
into
one
their
thing you
life.
said that made
Too
sense.
many black brothers in jail. Too many black kids.
Yeah, and
in
by going to
violence and
Washington,
something.
what will
They
that
wanna
prove?
Stop that. They need a solution. They need.
Lynn,
they
you can't
need
even
to
talk
lead
to
a
her. You
solution.
can't
They
talk. You
need
can only
to
make
lead a
jokes.
Screaming.
She's screaming and no one knows what she's saying.
Yeah, you can hear me. You can hear me.
Listen to me.
You can
When
hear
when a
me,
man
right?
goes to Washington,
Yeah.
it means one thing. He's not working for another day.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
If
matter.
a man, you're going to let me finish?
Okay, finish.
All right.
Then I'll tell
If
you
a
something.
man wants to stand up for his family, you go, you get a job.
Yes.
You don't beat that woman. You don't call the cops in for disturbances all the time. And you sit by your wife, and every time a little temptation comes along, you keep it in your pants.
Yes.
And then when your paycheck comes in, you don't blow it. You come home with it. You don't sit there and screw 3 other women and have women with other
You
kids.
know why they have...
You don't have to march for
you know
that.
why they, you know
And
why they
how
have
much
so
money
many-
does it
Let
cost to
me
go
tell
down to
you.
Washington? How much money did it cost your
You know,
husband to go to
when
Washington?
I first came here, listen,
She won't
when I
listen to
first-
me.
when
She
I
won't.
first
She won't
came
answer a
here,
question. You call it a march. I call it a holiday.
When it doesn't matter.
And
it doesn't
when
matter.
you
Black
go
people
when
make
you go
holidays
to
too.
Washington, how much money does it? Well, she doesn't listen. She doesn't
How many
listen.
holidays do Jewish people have? How many
Oh.
holidays do black people have? They're all black people because slavery. I'm telling you, they owe them.
This is
so
not a
much.
holiday.
They owe them so much. They went to Africa.
What do black people have a holiday? They-
Families, listen to me. Separated families. Now who knows? Maybe
You're the
brother-
one who should be atoning today. You're the Africans who
maybe-
sold
maybe-
off.
maybe
You sold off the
brother,
blacks.
please, sister, maybe my husband.
Listen to her.
Maybe my husband is my brother. I don't even know. Maybe my husband is my brother.
Let me tell you something.
I
Your
don't even know
ancestors,
because of what your people did.
ma'am, your
What your people
ancestors in Africa
And you know what?
sold
You-
the slaves. Your tribe. What tribe are you with?
It doesn't matter. Listen to me. Let me.
Oh,
tell
that doesn't matter.
Let me tell you one thing. You know why they have so many abuse in the black
Oh, this is.
family?
You know what?
and all that?
I can't listen
It's
to this. I'm so
economical
sick of this
reasons. Sometimes
discussion.
these men feel less of
I'm
men
so
and
sick of
all
you
whatever.
and this
There's
whole-
no excuse to hear
I'm
a woman.
sick of you.
I don't like nobody hearing nobody. But I mean, you.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
And if all black men put down their tools today, America will come to a standstill. I can tell you that. Because all the labor...
Oh,
all you do is
please. Why wasn't she leaving the country,
sign the
Robin?
papers and send it down
The
to
silver bird doesn't go back the other way.
The silver bird landed and took her here.
Every damn black man was...
So I'll just let her go, and then I'll ask her a question.
I'm thinking of the next...
Oh.
She's gonna miss
You should have
class.
put down
She doesn't. There's no class for this woman. This is not going to be a nurse.
In Washington today, Howard, let me tell
This will be
you,
my
that's how
curse.
I
I'll be an
feel.
old, infirm man, and this woman will be taking care of me.
Bye.
And yelling at you just
Yeah.
like this.
Oh,
Bye.
when are you going to let me talk? Hello?
He left.
No, she left. All right. She looked up in the sky and saw the silver bird. Now she hung up. I don't know what she said. I have no idea what she's talking about. I'm so sick of that discussion and listening to dopes on TV talk about how they're being abused in this society. I'm just sick of it. I'm too busy working to sit and worry about who's being abused. Ugh. These guys were marching around. Probably cost $50-$60 to get down to Washington. That's $60
At
bucks
least. Well, where can you...
the kids could use. Yeah, I don't know. It must cost $150.
Sure.
Oh, and she'll become a nurse. Oh, listen. There's no way she could pass a class, but if she ever by some fluke did, she'll be boiling her patients in
me
a
ask you
boiling
something.
pot of water.
If you were her instructor
Oh,
and she came to argue with you about a grade, what would you do?
I just pass her.
See?
You see? She's going to get a nursing degree.
Here's an A. Go away.
I guarantee you her husband bought a one-way ticket. Unbelievable.
See you later.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I got to take a break from this show. I am so sick. The whole weekend, I couldn't find one TV show that didn't include Jesse Jackson or Farrakhan or somebody screaming about
Well,
OJ.
everybody was talking about the Million Man March this
Oh,
weekend.
man. Oh, I'm so
Topic number one.
so sick of the Million Man March. Could care less. When the alarm clock went off this morning, all I know is I had to go to work. I wish I was out marching somewhere. You don't get equality by sitting on your ass. You got to go out and get it.
There are people who have been taking their responsibility all the time. They've never asked for a march.
No, those guys are being called.
Declare anything.
Those guys are being called Uncle Toms.
It's really quite amazing what goes on here.
Oh.
For years, they've been called other names because they did the right thing.
Yep.
They were ridiculed for doing that.
Yep.
Now they're supposed to stop doing that to go for a march for something they've already known all their lives.
Right. Be afraid. Be very afraid. All right, we'll be back right after these words. I would rather be full than have various taste sensations. To me, to be full, it takes so much food to fill me up. I have a ravenous appetite. I'm always cold, and the only way I can warm my body is to eat. I'm always cold.
Have fuel.
I have to be fueled constantly. And what goes on with these meals, and you know what? I really don't like to eat, so I shovel it in. I feel I'm wasting time. I have things to do. I eat fast as I can so I can get the hell up from the table and get on with my life, because I have things I have to accomplish. This is where I should be lecturing at the Million Man March. I can't sit for 5 minutes to eat because I got so much to do. That's a million man. I have a million jobs. And I eat it so fast that I fart and gas and pain.
That part I don't understand.
And gas and pain.
I'm not eating slowly. I'm eating in commercial breaks just like
I see.
you.
But you know what I can't do that you can do?
What?
I see sometimes you'll eat during the commercial break, and then you can put it aside.
Yes.
I can't do that. I go crazy. I have to eat.
You got to eat to the end.
And now I ate so fast, I'm sweating. I have sweat dripping down my belly.
So it's an aerobic eating.
Oh, it's aerobic. I burn off 80 calories just eating. And I should be thinner than I am. I really should the way I eat.
Well, absolutely the way you eat. You shouldn't have an ounce of fat.
But I'm so exhausted from the way I eat.
You can't exercise.
I'm exhausted. I'm drained. I hardly eat anything. I'm too tired to exercise.
Well, there are moments that I think to myself, I'm probably going to collapse if I try to exercise, but I do it anyway.
You just go out and do it.
I haven't collapsed yet.
Oh, excuse me for 1 minute, Robin, and I'll get back to this important conversation. Oh, I'm so ashamed.
You are so overdue for an accident. Wow.
I know.
And he wonders. He says, kiss me. Like I should run over there after he dies. Been watching him do this for years.
Are you turned off?
No, I want you now.
I think all my farting has turned off Robin Radzinski even. Used to be attracted to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough, Howard.
Who cares? I'm married.
Kind of tough.
I process my meals so fast. I should just, you know what I should do? I should just throw all my meals in the toilet. Because I don't even think they
That's
get...
right. Why put them through your mouth?
They barely touch down anyway.
Right. I should just dump everything in the toilet because that's where it's going to be.
It sounds like that's where they go immediately anyway, the way you carry.
And I'm like a dog, I swear to God. Robin, I could walk around here all day and I don't move my bowels. As soon as I get home, there's a relaxation thing that happens with me. I run downstairs to my I have a special toilet downstairs. And I go right in and I evacuate. You want me to?
Oh,
we should all take Polaroids.
It's the only place I smile.
Giving you stupid suggestions.
And I feel so evacuated. You know you want to see it, Robin.
Oh, he's going to do it.
It's the one thing you haven't seen. I'm going to take a Polaroid for you so you can see what I create.
That'll be the end. I won't even be able to look at you.
I look before I throw the paper in.
You got to see everything.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times I throw the paper and then I decide to look and I go, why did I do that? I obscure everything. But I don't like to sort of stand up when I'm all sticky.
Decisions.
You sit and wipe.
Oh, yes. You stand up and wipe?
Yes.
Don't you?
You stand up and wipe?
Yes.
You're kidding me.
Yes, you sit and wipe?
With your panties wrapped around your ankles?
How do you get in there?
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's not a full stand, but it's a stand.
It's like a squat. Oh, man.
picture that.
Oh, I don't want to think about it. Now you got me going. Now I can't look at you.
Now.
Oh, you're a woman. You're not supposed to talk like that.
Look at Jackie. Jackie's demonstrating.
What do you do? Don't you sit on the bowl, Jackie?
Oh,
I know.
that's disgusting.
You stand up.
Well,
You
maybe
might
I'll
hit
try it.
something.
Maybe I'll try it because
I'm afraid that,
you're a lot cleaner back there than I am. Maybe
well,
it
I don't
works.
have that hair problem.
I'm going to clip that. I'm going to clip those hairs. Fred, you sit when you wipe,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, that's fun. It's a style.
Oh, man. I had no idea you stood up. And when you wipe, though, you're in the vicinity of the bowl, aren't you?
Yes, in the vicinity, but not...
You're directly over it.
You don't leave the room.
No, I don't take a walk, Jackie.
Answer the door or
There
anything.
are no steps taken.
Like to bathe.
You get clean enough to get to the shower.
Right. I'm a mess.
Temporary stopgap.
I mean, I got to wash my hands. Everything's all over the place. I don't know about you guys.
You're like, never mind. I don't want to discuss it.
I'm sloppy. I'm like what? What am I like? Go ahead.
Peanut butter?
Yeah. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Oh, no.
I don't know how it happens either. All of a sudden, I check my hands and it's a real mess. That's why I had nothing to do with my kids' toilet training because my mother never taught me the proper way. I'm telling you.
There was a possibility of ever doing it.
Because I still have tons of problems in my underpants. I mean, I still have to throw out underpants because I don't want anybody seeing them. Now I buy black underpants. Did you know this? I buy black Calvin Klein underpants.
And that way, all things that have secrets.
Everything is secret.
Camouflage.
Yeah, it's camouflage. You can't see anything. Like if you look really close, you can see something, but no one's going to get that close.
I mean, just remember what people must have been going for all the years that there was only white.
Right. I know. I only had white, and everything was showing up, and I was too cheap to throw out my underwear. I couldn't get into that.
Test.
Man. You know, the best color underwear would be brown.
How come they don't have that?
How come they don't have that?
We could get rich.
We can get rich. Here we go. Hey, Norton. We'll be rich. Oh. Camouflage underpants.
That's going into the catalog. You
Right.
know it.
Anyway, come on. We're doing news. This is crazy.
That's right. I don't know why we have to have such disgusting conversations.
Jokey wear. Yeah, here it is.
Let me see.
Remph. But the faxes were better. Rear echelon mother effer.
Get out of here.
They're calling you a Remph.
Who's ever pulling that crap? Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Who do you think they called upon, man, to bail their ass out, man, when they had to have gunfire support?
So what is a Remph?
Rear echelon. I mean, in other words, you're in the back. That's full of crap anyway, because I was on front line anyway.
You were?
Sure.
What do they mean, rear echelon, Robin?
That means, you bring in other guys up to go take the heat, and you go back. You're sitting in the back watching while they
I can
get
understand
their
if he's
asses
talking about
dropped.
guys who are on Yankee Station out there, which were only jet aircraft and the planes would be coming in and where they had supply ships. They put those guys out 30 miles so they don't get nailed.
Right.
Well, we're sitting right there in a beachhead.
You were?
Funny, when I was in the PI, the 1st and 3rd Marine guys turned around and said, your asses were sitting out in the duck pond getting shot at all the time. And we said, yeah, well, you guys were in there catching the hell. Nobody ever pulled that crap with us.
What is it, Gary?
Yeah.
There's some guy on the phone talking all sorts of wacky military lingo, and he says he can check out, see what Max was all about.
Yeah,
All right,
put him
hey,
on the phone.
how you doing?
Hi there, Howard.
Yeah.
This is King of All Disasters.
Yes, King of All Disasters.
I was in Vietnam. I was aboard a tin can, and on the DD-214 form, there should be a listing of his medals. Can he name some medals?
Yeah, I can tell you what. I got Secretary of the Navy Unit Citation. Did you get one?
Yeah, go ahead. I got 7 of them.
Yeah, you got 7 my ass. What's your service number?
B-12 7037. Hey, you pollywog.
Hold on a second. Pollywog?
Pollywog.
What is a pollywog?
You were on a DD-214?
That's right.
Yeah, what's a
No,
DD-214?
759 I was on. DD-759. My DD-214 form.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what were you doing on a can and you're giving me grief?
I was doing...
what year were you there?
Excuse me?
What year were you there?
67 to 70.
67 to 70?
Right.
And what can were you on? What was the name of it?
Lofberg.
It's a
What
Jewish
ship were
can.
you
So
on?
I was on the USS Newport News.
Oh, that was a piece of garbage.
You're my ass is a piece of garbage.
Come on.
Yeah, bring your ass on down here to 600 Madison Avenue. We'll talk.
You pollywog.
You pollywog? Come on down here, pollywog.
Are you a snipe? Are you a snipe?
Come on down here.
What is a
Was I
pollywog?
a snipe? I
Pollywog
was
is
a
a sailor
busted
who never crossed the equator.
Yeah,
Is it
right.
what?
A pollywog
This guy
is a
doesn't know what the
sailor
hell
who
he's
never
talking
crossed
about.
the
Wait,
equator.
Max, I can't hear what he's saying. What's a pollywog?
A sailor who never crossed the equator.
So you're saying that
So
he
when did
basically...
you cross? Wait a minute, when were you a shellback?
I was a shellback when I went to Singapore. The captain was a nice guy. He took a little detour of 60 miles and crossed the equator when we went to Kuala Lumpur. Penang.
So you got 3 years in Nam
Yes.
on a can,
3 cruises.
and you weren't extended.
No, for 4 years altogether. A year of school in Chicago.
Yeah, what was your rate?
Rate I'm in.
Third class?
E5. What was your
This
rate?
is second class. I was third class bosa mate.
Oh, big deal. Well, you tied knots for 4 years.
So what are you saying, that Max didn't really see any action?
This guy was in the
When they
Navy.
told Max, if it didn't move, paint it.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Hey, listen,
Max knows I was over there.
hold on a second. Where were you? Where'd you guys work out of?
Out of San Diego.
San Diego. So what? I'm talking about over in Vietnam.
No, we were home ported out of San Diego.
Yeah, but where did you work in Vietnam?
Oh, I-Corps?
So what'd you do up there on the can?
Well, we were shore bombardment, number 1.
Yeah, and what else you do?
We plane guarded aircraft carriers.
Plane guarded. You
Yeah,
know where
we
he
plane
is?
guarded.
He's 25 miles out of Yankee Station.
Right.
You don't even know where Yankee Station was.
Yankee Station was off of Vietnam.
No kidding. You were 25 miles out. You could see a guy taking a crap on the beach at where I was.
Hey, we got shot at a couple
Oh,
of
you got
times.
shot at my ass. Bring
we
your
did.
ass on down here. I'm
We
going to
got
shoot you.
shot at.
I'm going to shoot you. You're nothing. You know what? You pollywog. You're the one that's
No,
got the
I'm a
problem.
shellback. I have proof I'm a
get out of
shellback.
here. You
I
got
have
a problem.
pride.
You got a problem. You know why?
I have
you
a
didn't
pride
say
when I'm
nothing.
a shellback.
Get out of here.
You're a
Hang up.
pollywog.
You didn't do
You're
nothing.
nothing but a pollywog.
Yeah? I got news for you, pal. You didn't do nothing.
Oh, you want to
You
bet?
got a little information, and that's
I
all.
have 3 cruise books. How
Yeah?
many cruise books do you have?
Hey.
Hey.
Were you on Sea Dragon?
Yes.
You weren't like that.
Oh, yes, I was.
You weren't with Sea
What
Dragon.
is Sea Dragon? What is a
Sea
sea?
Dragon's off the coast of Vietnam again.
What was
Yeah.
that?
Off the coast of Vietnam.
That wasn't Sea Dragon, pal.
It was up on top by Hanoi.
Yeah, you bet your ass.
Yeah,
we were in the
that's
thick
right.
of it. We spearheaded. Thunder was Sea Dragon.
Hey, we even went up to North Korea when the Pueblo was captured.
Yeah.
That's right. We were the first ship on station.
Oh, for the Pueblo. Who do you think guarded the whole South China Sea? Was the USS Newport News.
Hey,
All right, what is that? Wait,
nothing
what is
like
it?
a
We didn't get
tin-can
yanked off
sailor.
of there.
Let me
Tin
understand.
can sailor does everything.
A what? A tin can sailor?
Yeah, that's a destroyer.
Yeah, that's what he was.
See what I mean? These guys,
Short water.
they say that you're, you know, they're trying
He's
to.
full of crap. He is nothing. If anybody's rear echelon, that guy was.
Really?
Are you
Hey, I'd be
kidding?
more than happy to bring down my D214 and my 3 cruise books and my
So what? What does a
shellback
cruise
card.
book got to do with it?
No,
I
look,
get my ass shot
you're
at
in
every
the
day.
Newport
No, what is
News.
his point about that cruise?
The
He
Newport News
He
was a
said he
big
didn't do
ship.
didn't do
It was a
anything.
heavy cruiser, baby. It was, you were in the New York
it's a
Times.
ship.
saying that Max was on this luxury liner.
That's right. It was a big ship. And no one got sick on it, probably. No seasickness on your ship.
seasickness.
Max had a recliner on there.
That's right.
Hey, listen, let me tell you this.
Hey,
Let me
ask
say
Max
this.
how many
Let me
Marines
tell you,
was on his
Don't
ship.
break somebody else's balls. If you don't want to do that, come on down here and try to kick my ass. 'Cause
Oh,
I'll tell you right now.
be a nice guy,
No, I'm going to
Max.
tell you something right now. You're pissing me off. You know why?
Why?
Because you're making a big time here, making big time about something that other guys did.
Hey, I was in Vietnam.
Oh, you didn't do dick.
Oh,
All right, so you're saying that Max was not a brave war hero?
no, he was aboard a big ship, and Marines took care of his ass.
I see. All right,
There was a contingent of Marines on his ship.
I see.
Oh, the Marines did the real work.
You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing.
On the Newport News, there was some Marines. That took
Every
care-
ship has got a Marine.
No, there's no Marines on a tin can,
Oh,
honey.
give me a break.
There's no no Marines on a small ship, just on a cruiser and
What
larger
he's talking
ships.
about, there's a contingency of Marines on LPHs, there's on flat.
Not on a tin can.
They're not on tin cans. You know why? Because you out there hustling
We work
supplies and
together.
you're
We don't
with
need
yourself.
Marines to keep our ass in line.
What is it? I don't want to upset Max. 'cause he
I gotta
can-
get going.
You gotta
Max,
go?
Was that boat you were on?
Send
Was it?
somebody downstairs.
Okay, yes, sir. Was that boat you were on? Was that the flagship? That boat?
Yeah, it was 7th Fleet
Because
flag.
people say the flagship boat is usually the one that, like, the admirals and stuff are on, which means it sees a little bit less action.
Yeah, like
That's
hell
right.
it did. Like hell it did.
How many times did
I'll
you go to
bring my
the Philippines?
DD-214 of yours, pal.
How many times did you go to the Philippines?
To the PI? I don't know how many times. Maybe 5 or 6.
How many times did you get lucky in Along the Coast City?
Hey, how many times did you catch the clap? Let me ask you this. Let me tell you something right now. This guy, he probably had the ball-headed one, too.
All right, Max, here's the point. Here's the point. I just want to go on record. I believe you were the bravest guy in Vietnam.
No.
Listen to me.
No, give me a break.
I'm
He's
just
a
telling you.
pollywog. Remember, he's a pollywog.
What is that again?
He's a pollywog.
What is that
I'm
again?
going to tell you something
He
right
never
now.
crossed the equator.
Oh, who gives a care? We're going to go to Australia. It's a big deal.
All right, okay.
You don't have to go to Australia to cross the
Oh,
equator.
you got to cross the equator to get your shellback card. You know what that is? It's a bunch of crap.
Oh, yeah, you're just jealous.
Who gives a crap
He
about a
spent 40
shellback
years in the
card?
Navy, and
You're
still
a
a
piece
pollywog.
of jerk. You know that?
You're a pollywog.
You're a jerk.
You're a first-class pollywog.
Well, I'll tell you what, first class. Why don't you come on down here tomorrow?
Okay.
You muster your ass here at 6 o'clock, because I'll be out of here real early. How about you going on early tomorrow?
I want to see what
gonna be
happens.
here.
Fred will be here.
Cameron.
I'll swab the deck with you.
Yeah. I'll swab the deck with nothing. Yeah? Have your ass down here tomorrow. And we'll call the papers, too.
Hey, let me see you call him a
One
rent
other
to his
thing-
face.
One other thing, too, I want you to do. Bring your hospital insurance card. You're going to need it.
Is your point, sir, that
It's over, Max.
Wait a second.
It's over.
Are you saying that the point is? Oh, you got to go. All right, Max has to back out of this argument.
I am not back out.
No. I'm just kidding. Max has got to go.
Okay.
What is it?
I get a ticket.
Just give me the keys to your car. Just in case somebody comes, and I'll make sure it's taken care of.
Well, all right.
And what color is it? That's all I need to know.
Great. No. It's right up front. Ask
Okay.
James. He'll tell you.
All right, we'll take care of it. For you.
All right, take it easy.
If the cops are out there, just tell them to,
Mellow out.
It's Max.
It's Max. Cops, it's Max.
Yeah, they're bets.
No, I don't want to hold Max up, but what you're saying is that there were
This guy
certain
is
guys.
nothing. He didn't do
Wait.
anything.
He's saying. You see, this is, every time after you leave, they say, "Tell Max to shut up about Sylvester Stallone because all he did was hide on a boat, like he was on with a bunch of admirals and stuff." And I'm here to say I don't believe that.
He's full of crap.
He's full of crap, right?
He's full of crap. We're the most decorated unit over there for what we were doing on Operation Sea Dragon. Are you kidding me? We engage small craft every day. This guy didn't do nothing.
Right.
This guy's full of crap. Where are you?
When you were on in the Bronx. Where am I?
He's stationed in the Bronx now, Max.
Where in the Bronx?
In Riverdale.
Riverdale.
Well, you don't really expect him to be living. He's a white guy. The only white people left in the Bronx live in Riverdale.
Oh, Max is afraid of a guy who lives in Riverdale.
Yeah.
Max was a bosun's mate. That's all he was.
But sir.
Oh, that's all I was.
That's all you were. You tied knots and you painted.
All right. What are you saying? He was a boatsman.
A bosun's mate.
Let me ask you
What
something.
is that, Robin?
Bosun's
Let
mate
me
is
ask
the
you
guy
something.
Who keeps the ship shape.
He didn't go to school for that.
Were you a bosun's mate?
I was the third class. Let me ask you one thing. How many times you guys get hit?
We got shot a couple times.
How many times did you take a hit, you ass?
Oh, we never got a hit, you ass.
Well, listen, you ass. We took a hit in my number 2 turret. We lost 20 guys.
But you weren't in the turret.
He was babysitting the anchor.
Look, I'll tell you what. 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I want your ass down here.
All right. That fair enough.
I was going to be laughing
Hey,
tomorrow
Max,
morning.
can you still fit into your uniform?
Yeah. I know one thing that's going to fit very
You
nicely.
can't fit into your uniform.
I know something's going to fit very nicely.
Yeah.
I bet your ass don't be down here tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I'll be there 6 a.m.
You better be here.
I'll be in full
Because
uniform.
Yeah,
And my
good.
blues.
You come down
Because
here.
Max's lip is shaking. He's so mad. I see. He's mad. You're mad, aren't you? The guy called you a boatsman. What is he calling him?
Bosun's mate.
A boatsman's mate.
He painted everything.
You painted. Did you
This
paint?
guy was a radarman. He's a pansy.
Did you actually paint stuff?
That's not fair. I
He
should call it
painted the
radarman.
ship. That's all he did.
Really?
That's all the bosun's mate does. Did you paint
Not
the
a-
ship?
Is that like a
Listen,
custodian?
First of all,
Deck ship gray.
First of all,
Battleship gray.
first of all, first of all, if I was a third class bosun mate, was I picking up a paintbrush, idiot?
Hey,
Oh, so
check
you
it.
Was
told
I
other
picking up a
people to
paintbrush?
paint.
No, wait a second. But the first 2 years
Exactly
you
right.
were.
I did.
The
What?
first 2 years you were in the third class.
That's right.
That's right. So you were painting for 2 years.
I didn't do that either. I didn't do that either, pal.
How many years were you in altogether?
3 years.
Yeah. So 2 years you were in there painting. Hey, check beneath his fingernails.
All right.
You got Rembrandt
Well,
here,
yeah.
not a soldier.
Well, you two guys ought to work this out tomorrow morning.
I love you, Max.
Yo, I'm going to show you how much I love you.
I love you, Max.
I'm going to kiss you. I'm going to kiss you so much your mama won't even remember what you look like.
All right, very
just
good.
like the good old Navy days, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because all you tin can sailors knew how to do that real good.
All right, you two bosom mates.
He was
Very
a
good.
man.
Thank
He
you.
wasn't no
Bye.
bosun mate. You couldn't make bosun mate.
All right, thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, well.
Who is this guy?
Well,
Oh, we don't
You
know
know
who
this
he
guy.
is.
I really
you
don't know.
identified him.
No, he's king of something, but I don't know who he is.
King of all disasters.
King of all disasters.
He's a jerk.
Yeah.
But he said he did a lot of stuff there that he knew he was
He said he was E5. What were you?
E4.
Oh,
He was second class.
so he
I was in third
outranked
class. So who cares?
He outranked you.
Couldn't tell me nothing.
That jerk-off outranked you.
Well, he outranked me in other things, too. He got me pissed off.
In Vietnam, you would have had to take it all his crap.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, you just walk around the corner and beat the crap out of him.
Or just fire at him during enemy fire. And
Hey.
Accidents
But Max
happen.
had a paintbrush. He didn't have a
Jeez,
gun.
I didn't know how his twin 50 got swung around the wrong direction here.
All right. You see, that's the crap I always get after you
I
leave. They
hope
say,
he
hey,
gets
tell
a-
Max to put
I
down his
hope he
paintbrush.
I hope he gets back. No, they didn't tell
They
you that.
do. They do.
You didn't know about that
No,
until
come
now.
on.
They're
didn't know.
always writing wacky things,
Yeah.
Max. We can't find the
You
facts
didn't know about that till now.
All right. All right, Max. Listen, good luck. Max Kinkle, overnight disc jockey and...
Pollywog.
no pollywog.
I
And
thought you liked me. I thought you liked me.
and Vietnam vet, decorated Vietnam
That's
vet.
right. I hope he shows up tomorrow at
Bosemate.
6 a.m.
I hope so too. I want to do the play-by-play.
That's exactly right.
All right,
That's
thank you. And there he goes. Here's Max's music. Quickly, I don't want you to lose your car.
It's over,
That's right.
It's over.
Nothing is over!
So's your career, Sylvester.
You just don't turn it off! It
$20
wasn't my
million
war.
crap budget. That's
You asked me, I didn't ask you. And I did what I had to do to win. But somebody wouldn't let us win. Then I come back to the world, and I see all those maggots
See
at
you,
the
Max.
airport protesting me, spitting, calling me baby killer and all kinds of vile crap. Who are they to protest me, huh? Who are they? Unless they've been me and been there and know what the hell they're yelling about.
It was a bad time for everyone, Max. It's all in the past now.
For you! For me, civilian life is nothing. In the deal, we had a code of honor. You watch my back, I watch yours. Back here, there's nothing.
You're the last of an elite group. Don't end it like this.
Back there, I could fly a gunship. I could drive a tank. I was in charge of $1 million equipment. Back here, I can't even hold a job. Fucking guard!
Worst acting. All right, very good. Thank you, Max, and thank you, whoever that Bozeman was. Bozo Man. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
I don't know.
So, Stuttering John, so Reverend Al Sharpton, and here is what he had.
The Reverend Al is wearing a suit, huh?
Yes. All right, here we go. Who's ready, Robin?
I'm ready.
Well, how you doing, Al?
Fine.
Do you think that Fred Goldman will try to kill OJ?
Who?
Fred Goldman.
You should call the police and ask them. If you have any information, it's against the law to withhold it.
I agree.
So you should turn to the nearest precinct and tell them that they should put out a dragnet on Fred Goldman if you believe he's going to kill OJ.
Well, he said that. That's what I'm saying.
Somebody's life is in danger.
Who said that?
Fred Goldman.
He said he's going to kill OJ?
No, I thought it was in the paper, him saying that.
Oh, man.
Did it say that in the Inquirer?
Well, they were saying that the LAPD was worried that that was going to happen.
Whatever.
Whatever. John's reading comprehension isn't the best.
I saw the headline. I went with it.
Right.
That's a serious thing.
It's a serious thing.
Why do black people...
This is like... John's really nervous. You're going to hear him stutter. But I like that. That's a serious thing. Yeah, I guess so.
Somebody's life is in danger. That's a serious thing.
Why do black people... What about black people riot when they get a verdict that they don't agree with, a la Rodney King?
Black people did what?
Why do they riot when they get a verdict that they don't agree with, a la okay, King, you know.
What, you couldn't get Rodney out?
No.
Oh, you were nervous, man.
And Allah is
Allah.
coming out of
Praise Allah.
Oh.
King. I got to hear that again. You know what? Let me take a break, and then I'll come back and hear the rest of this. All right, because it's really good. I hear he answered every question.
Yeah.
I told you the guy loves to be interviewed. Doesn't care how stupid jerks. No matter how big the stupid jerk is who was interviewing him, Al Sharpton will sit there for the interview.
But it's funny because the bigger guy keeps going to push me away, and Al keeps going, no, it's fine.
All right. Allah. Hey, the brother just said Allah. He's a religious brother. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Why do they riot when they get a verdict that they don't agree with? Allah, King, you know.
Allah King. It's not like Pi Allah mode.
Verdict Allah King.
Allah King.
Black people have been getting verdicts they don't like for 300 years. You talk about one riot and act like that black people do that. If black people rioted every time they got a verdict they didn't like, we'd have a riot every day. Why do white people act up when they get a verdict they don't like O.J. Simpson?
Well, I'm impartial. I'm just asking you.
I don't know. I'm impartial too. You ask me, I ask you. Both of us are impartial.
What did he say? You should said what?
Both of us are impartial.
Both of us.
You ask me, I ask you. Both of us is impartial.
Well, after the...
And by the way, Al doesn't even really speak like that. I've spoken with Al in private.
Yeah, he's a Rhodes Scholar.
He speaks King's English. That's all. That's just for the camera.
It's a British accent.
Yeah. He's like, hello. Al Sharpton with you. Hello. Oh, are there some brothers around? Hold on one second. You asked what? You asked me what?
Black people do what?
Black people do what? Black people been getting verdicted in Labrador.
You know, Rodney King, that was such a riot.
That was one riot out of 300 years. You know how many cases black people got that they didn't like from Emmett Till all the way through and that they didn't riot?
Are you speaking tomorrow, Al?
Uh-huh. I want to tell them about Fred Goldman.
Why do you think that O.J. and Johnny Cochran avoided this event?
I don't know. Maybe because O.J. and Johnny Cochran are dealing with civil suits.
They can't even show up at a
How do you
rally?
feel about Chris Darden?
I think he was a good prosecutor. He just lost.
Do you think O.J. was guilty, or?
I didn't see them prove the case against O.J. And in this country, you go by the jury. The jury said he was innocent.
But do you think it was because there was a lot of blacks from the jury, or you think?
Well, what happened to the two whites? What, did they become honorary blacks for 3 hours?
Okay. Would you ever consider having sex with Marsha Clark?
No, I never thought about it. Did she ask you? Did she want to get my number or something?
No. Do you approve O.J.? Do you approve of O.J. beating his wife?
I don't approve of nobody beating their wife. I think that domestic violence is something wrong and had to be dealt with. I don't support anybody beating their wife.
Okay, don't you find it sexist to exclude the black women from this event?
Was it sexist for women to exclude men from the International Women's Conference in Beijing, China?
I'm not familiar with that event.
I'm not familiar with that event. This is a major event. First Lady was there. I'm not familiar with that event. How could I argue with you if you don't know the event? I'm not familiar with that event. And you're not.
The International Women's Conference in Beijing, China 2 weeks ago, in which Hillary Clinton...
Wasn't it Beijing?
Well, it's Beijing to Al.
I think he's talking about the poodles, Beijing.
Led the women's delegation.
Isn't that Bijan?
It's Bijan.
We're in the Bijan, China. One of them dogs. What, the women? No, real dogs.
In Beijing, China 2 weeks ago, in which Hillary Clinton led the women's delegation for the United States. Angela Davis and a lot of them were there. Was that sexist?
So why aren't there any women at this one?
There'll be women here. Maya Angelou and others are speaking here.
Okay. Is Colin Powell a hero to you?
No, I'm not in the service.
Is he a hero to you?
No, he should only be a hero to military men. That's the only ones that he's led so far.
Do you consider...
You know, I read that Colin Powell would get 53% of the white vote against President Clinton if he ran as a Republican, 25% of the black vote.
Yeah.
Black people hate him. Because, I don't know why, because he's successful.
Not angry. You see, that they thought that they were going to hear some angry speeches and anti-white speeches, and 400,000 people showed up.
I know.
Anger sells.
Right.
Yourself black, Afro-American, or just a person of color?
All three. Either way, I'm discriminated against, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm not discriminating against you, Al.
I know you're not. That's why you're interviewing me here while you're waiting on your cab.
Could you believe this line?
It's wonderful. Look like 1 million white men is coming to the march.
What would you do to Mark Furman if you ever caught him alone somewhere?
I would arrest him and turn him over to the nearest precinct. I would make
Al's now going to arrest people?
Well, let's hear what.
But he doesn't have any authority.
Marshal Al. Citizen's arrest.
I would arrest him and turn him over to the nearest precinct. I would make a citizen's arrest.
See?
Do you think there is more
He would plant the glove on.
racism among blacks or what?
Let's see. I kind of messed that up. Hold on.
Arrest.
Do you think there is more racism among blacks or whites?
Well, clearly there's more racism among whites. First of all, there are more whites. Second of all, they were in power.
How do you feel about, the Reverend Farrakhan saying that Jews are all bloodsuckers?
I didn't know that's what he said.
Yeah. He said that.
He didn't know anything. I love that.
He's like John. John doesn't know about Beijing.
Right.
He doesn't know about Farrakhan.
It's funny. Like, that's the big answer now.
Yeah.
Whenever they ask guys, they go, I don't hear him say that.
I never heard him say
Yeah.
that. Did he say that?
Prove to me that's been said.
Just recently, it was on the news last night.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Okay. Do you have any trouble getting off from work for the march?
No, since I work for myself, I gave myself the day off.
How do you get paid, Al, if you don't mind me?
I preach at churches, I do college lectures, and I run an organization called National Action Network. How do you get paid?
What does he do?
He runs an organization called the National Action Network.
I got to get in that.
It's like Jackie's gig.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
I lecture. It is a mystery how Sharpton makes money.
I know.
Did you see them passing that big box for money, the Muslims?
Yeah.
It's poor black guys. They're sitting there. They're getting fleeced.
Put in 2, take out 3.
Yeah. I'm sure they weren't going to ask for checks. Oh, can I write you a check, my brother?
No, just give me what you got in your pocket.
Yeah, no, we'd just rather you empty your pockets. You keep your own checks. Checks. May I pay by credit card?
I don't get paid so much I don't even want to mention.
But how did you afford to get down here?
Well,
Are you a vagrant? It's against the law.
No.
Maybe we should call Mary Berry's office.
No.
You shouldn't be a vagrant.
No, the station flew me out.
Well, I thought you don't get paid.
Speaking, look at Marion Barry. They had tape of him, smoking out of a pipe. And
he went to jail, did his time, and he's come back to atone himself.
Oh, yes, but he was found innocent on 13 counts.
Again, and there wasn't a riot then?
No, there wasn't. Let me ask you a question. Do you think blacks and whites should live separately?
I think they should live whichever way they want. How you doing? All right.
Should they put Amos and Annie back on the air?
Why? They got one in the Supreme Court.
Oh, man. You got to answer for everything.
He's fast, man.
You got to give it to Al. You can't shut him up.
No.
You
can't shock him.
Clarence Thomas. He's Amos and Andy put together. Why do you got to have a sitcom?
Good answer, Al. Don't you wish Captain Bowtie let broads come to the march?
Who is broads? That's a sexist statement.
Well, women.
Well, I thought he'd object to Captain Bowtie.
Didn't object to that. See, he surprised you.
I don't call them broads.
Do you prefer white babes or black babes?
To what?
I mean,
to guys.
Romantically.
I prefer my wife.
Oh, I didn't know you're married, Al.
Well, I am.
Just one more, and then we'll call it a day, Al. Let's see. He goes. Who's a better role model, Chris Darden or OJ?
Better role model for who?
For blacks.
For blacks, probably Chris Darden because he's studious. For whites, probably OJ because he lives more their lifestyle.
Oh,
dear.
So this way, everybody has somebody to look up to.
All right, Al. As you know, I'm Stuttering John. I work for the Howard Stern Show.
Okay. Tell Howard hello and tell his what do you call her? His companion. I know both of them. Tell them hello. I'm surprised Howard didn't come down to the Million Man March. I'm disappointed.
Well, he's sending me.
Well, usually he stands up for himself, but I guess he's getting old and bashful.
I know he was trying to get in touch with you. Linda Ronstadt, because she didn't play, because she played Sun City. I don't know. Did you hear about that? He was trying to get in touch with you to...
No. All he had to do was call me.
He called 20 times.
He claims you didn't call him.
Oh, he's crazy.
What did you call? What number did you call?
I needed him to stand up against Linda Ronstadt, and he didn't come down here. I had a perfect issue for this guy.
What number did you call? What did you get? An answering machine?
Gary called the people we always get in touch with.
Really?
They wouldn't return our call. We said, "Hey, man, Linda Ronstadt plays Sun City," and that fat toad was on the Tonight Show screaming about the injustice.
We called like on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to do something that Saturday night, and then this person called me back like that following Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, they did call you back.
Yeah,
all right.
5-6 days later. But apparently Al doesn't know we called him.
Yeah, his people didn't tell him.
City, I don't know. Did you hear about that? He was trying to get in touch with you to...
No. All he had to do was call me. He got in touch with me before. Now he goes through Stuttering John. So Unstuttering Al says, hello, Howard.
Take care, Al.
Hey, Al.
Take care, guy. I'll see you, man.
All right.
Bye. Take care, guy.
There goes Al over to the Million Man March.
So I go to shake both of the guys' hands, and the big guy shakes my hand, the other guy wouldn't shake my hand.
Yeah, well. Who'd want to shake your hand? Look at you.
But that's John's move to have that feeling that everything is all right.
What do you think? The guy didn't shake your hand because you're white?
I think he was just mad at me. I think he didn't like me.
Because you didn't give a good interview?
Yeah.
I think he gave a good interview.
Al seemed to have no problem with it. What's wrong with asking any question?
Yeah. How about that guy at the Million Man March who wanted to beat you up because you called Farrakhan Captain Bowtie?
You see, we have tape of him before I got him on the phone with you. He was like going crazy.
Really? You got that?
Yeah.
Let's hear that.
Yeah. He was. It's funny. He puts down everybody on the show, and the only one he finds normal is Fred.
Oh, well, there's an indication of his abilities to read people.
And we got to get that on tape. Where is it?
It's coming up. It's
all right.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, him and Nimoy probably.
And what were you were Leonard Nimoy, and he wouldn't answer your questions?
No, I was right next to him and talking to him, and then he just went and talked.
Let me hear that when we come back. Yeah, Leonard Nimoy was at one of those Star Trek conventions, signing stuff.
Where was that?
No, he was just at a bookstore.
Oh, is that what he was?
He has a new book out.
Yeah, I thought he had decided he was doing a book signing.
Leonard Nimoy has a book?
Yeah,
About what?
It's called I Am Spock.
I thought he didn't like that.
Well, he wants to sell books, I guess.
And with those huge ears, he couldn't hear you?
He definitely heard me because he was smiling, but he wouldn't answer him.
All right. Let's hear that when we come back. And I want to hear that black guy yelling at you, and then I got to get to a whole bunch of other things. And we got to call Donna Fidel and have her kiss my ass right after these words.
Excellent.
By the way, I'll be talking about this later in the show. I had sex with my dad last night, and I want to be talking about it. We had sex like 3 times. It was really good.
Sex with your dad?
Yeah, I'll be talking about that in the 9 o'clock hour when the kids are at school. Yeah.
Were we both on Prodigy or something?
What? No, he came over to the house. You were
That's
upset by it, but I enjoyed it. I loved it. I loved it.
That's not taking advantage. You're a grown man.
He used his hand, twice with me.
Well, I mean, there was no conversation about this? You two hadn't talked about it before?
We were just kissing hello, and then it got a little deeper, and the pants, and then it felt good. He was the woman. I'm no fag.
Oh, right. Sure. The woman was the bald one.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm buying it.
Gay rules are a little different, Robin, than you might know. A bald guy can be the woman. All right, anyway, but I don't want to talk about it yet. I want to talk about that later in the 9 o'clock hour. So, let's get back to Stuttering John. That's much more interesting.
True.
Okay. Just real quick here. So we sent Stuttering John out to see Leonard Nimoy, who was signing Mr. Spock, and he wouldn't answer any of John's questions, but just so you can hear this. Is this on tape 1?
No,
it's 2.
2? How come everybody knows that but me? All right, let's see. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Leonard. How are you?
I'm good. Who's this?
This is for WXRK Radio. How are
Sorry,
you?
no interviews now. I'm sorry.
They said it was.
Would they recognize you already?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
They can never be honest. No interviews now.
What do you mean? What else has he got to do?
How about no interviews, John?
Yeah.
Any interviews? No, we didn't say.
That woman just did. I swear to God she did. Right, though?
Absolutely not.
No, you can't do it.
Please?
No can do it. In fact, this is a security area. You're going to have to go back here.
A security area for Mr. Spock. Yeah. This is the security area. If it's just so secure, what is John doing in it?
You can't talk to him?
No, I just video footage.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I'm sorry.
Could you get the guard here?
You're in trouble now.
Could you get the guard here?
Get the guard. This is the secure area.
I
Get the
can't
guard.
move him.
Could you get the guard, please?
Get him over here. Get
Mr.
him
Spock needs breathing room.
He's not listening to me. Get the guard.
Wubba wubba.
like a Klingon here. Get him out of here.
Yeah, get him out. He might be a Klingon.
Oh.
Leonard. Did you get Say Leonard. Leonard.
I like John just ignoring that guy and continuing.
Didn't I tell you this is a security area? Stop.
Buzz off. Leonard. Leonard.
Did William Shatner's hairpiece ever slide off during a show?
You have to go, John.
Well, I wouldn't.
No, you're being very disruptive, and we have a lot of people that waited all day.
But I'm waiting. Leonard. Howard Stern, Leonard.
This gentleman has to be here now.
That'll help.
Leonard, who in the cast had the biggest wiener? Leonard.
And that was it? They threw you out?
They threw me out.
Oh, that's funny. Who had the biggest wiener?
I mean, I
bet you Leonard did.
I'm only like 10 feet away. So
I know. He couldn't answer that. That's much too sensitive. By the way, William Shatner's stopping by today.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I was sure to play that a good half hour before he came in. I ain't going there. All right, and finally, was there something finally that you wanted to play?
Well, I guess Gary don't have it ready yet. There's a guy going off on all of us.
All right, over at the Million Man March. All right, I'll play that later on.
Yeah.
Maybe during the news or something. All right, real good.
Thanks, man.
All right, Stuttering John, everybody. Hero of the Stupid.
Hero of the Stupid.
What?
That tape will be ready in a few minutes, but I do have to say, it's pretty harsh.
Is it?
Yeah, he gets on everybody really badly.
Who, the black guy at the Million Man March?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what?
Okay.
We can handle it.
Everybody can take it? Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Howard. I go down each one. My favorite is Jackie's one.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty bad.
Oh, on Jackie?
No.
On who?
On Robin.
Oh, Rob. Well, yeah, because
of course he's going to be
she's
bad
a traitor.
at me.
Well, so what?
Gary thinks I don't know this?
Yeah, she gets that crap all the time. It's real rough.
Did you see the Sally Jesse Raphael show?
He said they didn't treat you bad enough.
Meanwhile, that guy listens to the show every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he says he listens to it because he hates you.
Yeah, well, that's a thin premise to listen to me because you hate me.
Every day.
But
Every
the scary
day.
thing is that
when you hate something, I know in my experience, when you hate something, you don't listen to it every day. Atone.
The Aton represents the one God. In the Quran, Muhammad is called a
Did you hear the guy in the back?
Yeah.
light-giving sun. So if you look at the Aton, add an E to it, and separate the A from the next four letters, and you get the word A-tone.
Oh.
Is it
it's like an anagram.
Oh, okay. Yeah, an anagram. Now, if you take, for example, the name Lewis, which is my own name, L-O-U-I-S, you can get two words from the name Lewis, is and Lou. Now, if you was to juxtapose these letters next to some more letters,
if you put an E on it,
if you put
rejoin, you get Louise.
That is right. Now, if you take Louis, O-U-L spell owl, our eyes, like the white man has our eyes on us. His eyes are focused on us like an owl in the night. In the night, I could be a great black leader. I could be such a great black leader because I can yell.
You were born the wrong color.
I know. And I grew up in the community, so I know how to talk to the black people. It'd be great.
So go on. I want to hear some more.
And I know the black guys are all sitting there going, we could be here all day with Farrakhan. I mean,
Trying to spell atone.
Yeah. A tone. A tone. A tone. A tone. Now, a ton, like a ton of bricks, and a tone is two different words, but it's an E that make the difference. Now, I'm going to get up to the chalkboard now and spell it out for you. Here's the A. Then tone, like a ton of bricks, with an E. Now, give me an E. Give me a tone. Now I'm going to spell my name. Farrakhan. There's a couple of different words you could get from that. First of all, far. F-A-R, far away, where we came from Africa. Rack, where we was hitched to on the boat with the man. Hand, H-A-N, was what Robert's daddy took his hand and touched her in a place that no man should touch. We work with our hands. We don't touch the women with our hands unless they give us permission. Now you get a big, fat, juicy white ass in them hands, and you would teach the white man a lesson. Now, in summation, how do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S, Rolaids. This is a sponsored speech.
Tone means sound.
Tone.
And A, the first letter of the alphabet.
I think I'm better at it than him.
And the first letter of the numerical system is 1. So A equals 1.
Oh.
So A sound means when you hear the A tone, you will hear the right sound.
What do the letter M mean? M, what letter do the M correspond with the number?
Don't ask me.
M.
Count it up real fast.
13, brother, thank you. Let me say this now, and follow me if you will. And I know it's getting late, brothers, and I'm going to make this point quick. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. Mickey Mouse.
Say it.
Mickey Mouse. Now, if you notice, the letter A is 1. The numerical number for A is 1. A1, a very fine steak sauce, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you.
And when you hear the right sound from the one God calling you.
I like that whole thing, and you know what? When you scream it, it sounds kind of profound. It's like, A is 1. Oh. And it's like, oh, but what is A? I mean, what are we talking about? It doesn't matter.
What sound are we talking
And then if you turn around to another brother and go, what the hell is he talking about? Everyone will jump on you.
I don't know. It sounds good.
Please, man. The man's preaching the truth.
To divine.
A is 4 letters away from D, which is the size of Robin's cup.
Oh, stop that.
Tell it. Say
it. Take the word Muslim. Ladies and gentlemen, lose the last M, and you have Muesli.
Which is?
Which is a Swiss cereal with like a granola. Mueslex. Mueslex for everyone. All black men must have Mueslex. It will move your bowels so completely that you will be able to go out and work and support your family. Thank you.
Life. You will respond. So what is the A tone?
I don't know.
Music, A equals 440 vibrations.
What's that guy in the background doing? Heat.
I think is he saying teacher? Heat.
I think he's saying hot, 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 that song.
40 vibrations. How long have we been in America? 4.
Fred, that's what you got to do while I scream stuff. Go heat, heat, heat. Heat, heat, heat. But you kind of do it in the background.
Yeah, you can't be right on mic.
Yeah, right. There you go. Now you take the word shop. Shop. Tone. Reverend Al Sharpton joining us today. Sharp. Tone. He looks sharp and he weigh a tone.
140 years.
Hey.
Well, in the 440th year, from the one God, the aton,
The aton.
will come the A-tone. And all of us...
The aton will come from the A-tone. You know no one out there understands what the hell he's talking about. Especially the guy yelling in the background going, preach, preach, preach. I defy anyone to call me and tell me what he's saying.
Gotta tune up our lives. Yes, sir. By the sound.
These are guys who didn't pay attention in high school, if they even went. You think they know what he's talking about? I think they just want to hear a bunch of stuff about the Jews.
I think so.
Yeah. The Jews were making soap out of their own people.
Yes, sir.
And they come to us today, and I have to laugh, ladies and gentlemen, because they say that I'm a bigot. How the hell do you like that? The Jews paid for the Holocaust. And they come here today to say, oh, Minister Farrakhan, you're no good. Now you take Lincoln. Link, or as we spell it, L-I-N-C. Link was on Mod Squad and was an African brother. Yes, sir. Kong is what they do to us when they put us in jail. They make us a Kong. Now, what does this mean? Ling Kong. What? Means nothing. You ain't supposed to say that, brother. What do you mean it means nothing? It means everything. Link, who was a great African American, one of the first brothers on TV who wore his hair the full Afro style. Amen. There's a man who was not wearing the haircut of the Uncle Toms in this country, a short haircut. He wore his hair black and proud. Link. Thank God Almighty for Link. Link from the Mod Squad. Yes, sir. He had a head that looked like Jiffy Pop.
Oh, jeez.
And I used to watch it when I was a young man growing up. I said, Link, you're so proud of that Jiffy Pop head of yours. And I was so proud to be an African American. Now, Kong, let's get to that word now. Now that you've learned about Link, I would like to talk about Kong, if I may. And I know it's getting late, but I think this is relevant to say Kong. Now, a lot of you brothers couldn't be here today because you are ex-cons and cons and you're out on parole or whatever it could be. How funny is it to you that Link, who was a police officer, is linked with a con? And that is so true of us today in the black community.
Sound of the A-tone. Because we've got to atone for all that we have done wrong. And when you atone...
Hey, Frankenstein was there. Fire. Let's get to the Jews.
Atone.
This is getting boring.
If you take the T and couple it with the A and hyphenate it, you get at one.
Now, let me talk about the letter L, if I may, for a second, my brother.
What are you going to do
now? I taught you today about Lee Kong, Lincoln Hayes, and Kong. Kong, by the way, a Jewish name. In fact, my mother used to clean the house of a Mrs. Kong and her Jew daughter, who would walk around in miniskirts trying to entice me so that she could accuse me of rape. Now I'm going to talk about the letter L, if I may, and I know I'm running out of time, so I'm going to talk about the letter L real quick here.
Yes, sir.
The letter L, what do that correspond with numerically, brothers? Now, this ain't no math test. Now, you count out A, B, C, D.
It's the number, it's 12.
E, that is right. This is for black men, please.
I'm sorry.
A, B, C, D. Now, count on your fingers with me, and you're going to have to use your toes, brother. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. 12.
Yes, sir.
That's 12. And what did that mean? That means 12 jurors.
12.
Now, 12 jurors, 12 eggs is in a dozen. And this is what a lot of young black men don't realize. That 12 is the number of eggs in a carton, 12 jurors. Now, the word juror has the word Jew in it. Now, this is very important. This is the whole part of my speech. Juror. A Jew who roars. Jews make us roar because they come into our communities and they try to make money there. Jew roar. By the way, for those of you who are not following this at home,
Yes, sir.
a lot of you here are not following it here. Lincoln Hayes is now married to Tyne Daly.
He's not.
Who is something like this. Who is a white woman with a big fat ass. Now, let me get back to the letter L, if I may. Very far to learn the truth.
Preach.
L is the number of times Robin has made love in a parked car.
Oh, that's not true.
With a white trucker watching.
So when you atone, you become at one.
Yes.
At one with who? The aton or the one God. Because you heard the A tone and you tuned up your life and now you're ready to make...
Now, you're a very smart woman, Robin.
I
Do you
don't
know what he's talking about? No one knows. I defy any brother to call me and tell me what he's talking about.
And I'm sure people going home, you know, the whole idea here is you go home with something you can use.
Yeah.
And it'll help you in your life.
You'll be like some brother comes over and goes, honey, open the door. Open the door. Get away, man. We kicked you out of this house 12 years ago.
Honey, I heard the A-tone.
No, let me tell you something, honey. Honey, please open the door, baby. I got to talk to you. I just came from the big meeting. What did you learn? I learned the A-tone from my I-tone. What? I say I learned the A-tone from my I-tone. Get away from us. I told you I got a restraining order from you. I'm going to call the police. You don't have to call the police, honey. I'm back here to take care of the family. I'm going to A-tone for the I-tone. Get that door open, woman. I'm going to beat your ass. A-tone, I-tone. There's going to be some scene all over ghettos in the United States of America. There are guys who got thrown out of their homes trying to get back in. These poor women had to get restraining orders to get these guys thrown out. Baby, come on. Honey, I go get a job. All right, so I'll go sit home. You get a job. A-tone for the I-tone. Where's the kids?
I'm at one.
Sir, you have the wrong apartment. I don't care. Let me in.
A new beginning. So when you get at one, you get the next.
I can't take it anymore. I got to take a break.
Wait a minute, you got to hear this part.
All right.
Two letters, it is M-E.
M-E? That's one I didn't even get to. M-E? Where's my writers?
Oh, man. Who is it that has to A-tone? Who? Who went wrong? Who got to fix it? Who should we look to?
Fred.
Yes. And then if you add another letter to M-E, you get an N. What does that say? Men. So Farrakhan called.
Now, I like how he refers to himself in the third person.
Yeah.
Stern is here. I would like to talk finally about the number 9.
Yes, sir.
9.
Yes.
9.
Yes.
So repeat after me. 9.
9.
Who is 9? 9 is the number of baseball players on a team. 9. Jackie Robinson
Yes, sir.
paved the way So Henry Aaron, the Jew, could beat Babe Ruth's record. I'm totally lost. I don't know what I'm talking about. But the point is 9. Now you take Brother Jesse Jackson. For years have been trying to push the envelope. Jesse Jackson, his name has 2 J's. J is letter 9. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Excuse me, that's 10. Now that throw off my whole theory. A lot of brothers say, Reverend, how you know that J is 10? Now let me tell you how I figured it out.
Yes, sir.
What I do is I hold up both hands. With my right hand, I count the fingers on my left hand. The pinky is 1, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There ain't no calculator you need. You don't need the white man's calculator. You got your own calculator. You got your own 10 digits.
Yes, sir.
This is what I was saying. If a man comes up to you, says he wants to charge you $5, and you only got a 10 on you, how you going to know how much change you get? Yes, you going to take the white man's calculator, his calculations, or you going to use your own 2 God-given fingers? Here's 10 fingers. Take away 5, representing $5, and you are left with what? Say it.
5.
5. What are you left with? 5. There you go. 5. That's how you do it. Now that our little math lesson is over, I would like to preach about something else. I would like to preach about the so-called Native American. One little, 2 little, 3 little Indians. Now, how do I know this? I didn't use the white man's calculation. I got 10 fingers. Each finger represents a different Native American.
Yes, sir.
Now they call them so-called Native Americans. I call them Indians, whatever you want to say. But I know there's 10 of them. And how do I know? Because I use my 10 fingers. One little Indian represent my pinky. Eventually, I will use my thumbs and all my digits. The white man cannot take, he could take your calculator. Oh, you know he could. You know the white man could take your calculator, don't you? But he can't take your digits. That's what I'm talking about, self-reliance. White man come up to you and say, how many little Indians? You don't need his calculator. You don't need it. Here's 7 Indians, for example. How do I know there's 7, not 8? I count on my fingers, my digits. Now, who want to know something else? Remember, A is 1. And 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Men. Why did you call men?
Men.
Because in the beginning,
right,
God made
men.
Man.
10.
And if we are at a new beginning, we got to make a man all over again, but make him in the image and the likeness of God.
Finally, after all that.
He must be good at Scrabble.
You know, so many, you take some of the most famous black men now, so-called famous black men. You take this here Sinbad. Now there's a laugh. Sinbad. What kind of name is this? Let's analyze this name for 1 second. Bear with me. I know this had nothing to do with math, and that's the reason we were all here today, for math. Sinbad. Now, if you sin, it is bad. Now, Eddie Murphy. Now, that there's an Irish name.
Go ahead, brother.
Sinbad says something about a man's nature.
Yeah.
If you sin, you're bad. And vice versa, if you're bad, you sin.
That's right. That's right.
course that's right, you moron. You don't have to tell me it's right.
Yes, sir.
Anybody know if you sin, it's bad. Now, the white man has been sinning since forever. How do I know this? I know this because my fingers tell me so.
Now your fingers are telling you again.
Now you take this so-called Oprah Winfrey.
Yes, sir.
Oprah Winfrey.
Go ahead.
How you like this? Oprah Winfrey. Well, if you win, you is free. Now, understand her name, because if you understand her name, if you say it soft, it sounds like praying. If you say it loud, it's almost like what? I'm dizzy. Win free.
Yes, sir.
If you win, you are free. If you are free, you win, and you lose if you are enslaved. Now, her name is not Lose Slave. It's Oprah Winfrey. This is what I'm saying. Now, we got to stick together just based on this.
Yes, sir.